Hello! I recently watched a show, which is not what I've normally been talking about, but a show called Emily in Paris that I found on Netflix. Well, I didn't really find it. Netflix told me about it. And in this particular instance, they were actually right. I really enjoyed this show. It's basically a romantic comedy style show. It's 10 episodes, they're about a half an hour each. And this is really charming. There's a lot to this show. It's got heart. And in truth, you're not wasting your time watching it because if you're into doing YouTube, there's a bit of social media use in this. That's the main character's job. It's what she does. She's in marketing and she uses social media for marketing. I mean, if you're trying to sell a video channel, well, that's something you need to know about. So you're not wasting your time watching this. Plus, it makes you feel good. I was feeling a little dull, a little bored. I turned on this show and I could not stop watching it. I binged the entire 10 episodes in 2 days. That's how good it was. Couldn't turn away. Couldn't turn it off. Lily Collins does a fantastic job in this. And not just because she's ludicrously attractive, but also because she's talented. She's been in a lot of little films that you may not recognize the name. The only one that I know that's in my wheelhouse is Mortal Instruments: City of Bones, which was not a particularly good movie, though she was excellent in it. I thought she nailed Clary. That didn't come out right. I thought she actually hit the points of the Clary character very well. She was decent with the action. She delivered the lines very well. There was a lot of potential there, but the overall movie didn't work. In this, she actually produces this Netflix series as well, and she's got the whole thing down. The character selection that they have is excellent. There's a lot of nuanced characters. It's set in Paris, so I mean, you've got that backdrop, which is just awesome because hey, French chicks. It's a wonderful show. It's very involved, and really charming. I felt a little uplifted after watching it. There's a lot of positivity in it, which is nice. Anyway, it's definitely worth checking out. If you haven't seen it, if you haven't even heard of it, just look up Emily in Paris is what it's called. You can just type in Emily, it should come up because it's a Netflix original, so it shouldn't be too difficult to find. Netflix tends to promote their own stuff above the others. Give this a shot. If you're into romantic comedies, y'all ought to give this a shot. I think it's worth watching. I said y'all. That's not something I normally say. I don't know why I did. Anyway, yeah, I recommend giving this a try if you're into rom-coms. Personally, they're one of my favorite films. I love fantasy, I love science fiction, I love rom-coms, and I like action movies. This is the kind of movies that generally drag me in. And this entire show, this is like basically 2.5 hours. Sorry, that's not right. 5 hours of rom-com. And the quality is excellent. There's some nuance to the characters. There's a lot going on. There's obviously the romance. It's in there, and there's levels of it. So it's very well written, and it's very well played. I would suggest giving it a try. I hope they make a season 2. I would wager there's not too much reason if they get the traffic for it. They should make a season 2. Half-hour show. There's not. I mean, they're filming it in Paris, so I have a feeling that the bills are a little higher. I mean, they're not doing it at home, so I would wager the bills are a little bit higher there. But I don't think there's not a lot of super special effects or anything like that. So I'm hoping that they're able to produce this with relatively low costs, and it is so worth checking out. It really does make you feel good. Reminds me of Clueless, which is one of my favorite movies. I think it was around 19 or 20 when Clueless came out, and I was having a really rough day. I walked down to the I walked from my house down to the mall, which is like 3 miles or so. And after I watched this movie, my crap day right back up. Fantastic film, and it made me feel good. This has that vibe. They really captured the essence of that, and I would recommend giving it a shot if you're feeling a little down and you want a little romance in your life. Check it out. It's worth watching. Anyway, have a nice night, a nice day.